G'day folks. Fallen Angels by Kean of Black Sonata fame. This is 100% not a solo game, just to warn you. But it's a fantastic deduction game, and the fact that it's managed to fit into this box and it uses 45 cards is absolutely crazy. Really great game. I saw how to play. It's a little bit old, but hey, this is my first go and I really wanted a video of this, so I read the rules and here we go. We've got some 3 cards for our tableau. So the whole point of the game is to get 12 convictions. Yes, you lose if you get 4 acquittals. We'll talk about how to get the convictions later. You've got some informants to help you. Each player is a detective or an assistant, depending on what part of the game they're in. And they're going around the scenes of Sydney, locations of Sydney, and just trying to pin evidence on various criminals. So, Ellie Cameron, she's soliciting. What can we say? Sydney Skookerman, false pretenses. Would you trust him? So, all these guys, this is all legit original photographs from the 1920s. So, really do read this. It's fantastic. Really, really good. It's all about the history of it. This is the rule book. I wouldn't mind some pictures of the like flipping and rotating of cards. It got a little confusing reading the actions. Anyway, into the thick of it. I'll put those to the side over here. It's a great production though. So, first things first, we need to prepare the deck. Now, the deck needs to have all these 3s in the top left. Yep. Just make sure of that. Set up the deck, shuffle it under the table. You're not going to be seeing this. This is preparing the deck. It's hidden information. Yep. Now, shuffle that under the table, First things first, you're going to rotate roughly half the deck, 180 degrees. This means roughly half are going to be 2s and 3s. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle under the deck so you don't see under the table. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. At this point, you're set to go if you want to begin a game. I'm going to go to normal, so we need to do one more thing. We need to actually flip, not rotate, but flip roughly half the deck. Yep. So this means that you're going to have a mixture of 1s, 2s, and 3s. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Cool, all under the table. You're not seeing this. All right. So this is under the table. Now you have one of these per player. Yep, so these are your locations around Sydney. Yep, so you can take one of those each. I'm going to set up for 3 players. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take one of these, put it on top of the deck, and count 8 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right, that is one of the cards. So I've got 8 cards. Put it on top of the deck. It's also so you don't see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. We'll go to Frank, let's say. And this can be Shelley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. 3 players. We need 6 informants. So these will help you out if you can't quite guess what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We haven't seen anything yet. It's all been under the table. This is going to go to the side. If you're playing a 2-player game, keep this handy because you'll be drawing from the bottom of the deck to try and keep your hand replenished. I'll talk about that in a sec. I'll put it to the side. By the way, if you're doing a full 6-player game, you'll only have 3 cards here. You'll end up using them twice before discarding them. All right, so how do you play? We need 12 convictions to win. To get a conviction, so this is the back of the card, right? So as a player, that's the back of the card. You will be doing this. So a player will see this. Yep. So think Hanabi, that's the back, this is your front. You'll never see the back. To get a conviction, you need, let's pick someone. They're all upside down. Here we go. Let's look at Charles. To get a conviction, you need to deduce what is on the back of this card. Yep. So all the other players can see that. You can see this. In this case, you've got one of those icons will match. Yeah. So in this case, it's an eye. It's an eye. You're trying to deduce whether it's an eye or a fingerprint. And to do that, your assistants will provide clues. Yep, they'll help you out. So let's use Charles Passmore, cocaine possession. Don't do drugs, okay? So what we do is we take this, put it at the back of our hand, put this at the front, and nice and clear, we can see it. That's what I see. That is my detective view, right? The players, the assistants, see this. So what they're trying to do is they're going to take their hand. So remember, that's the back of the card. So they're looking at this. They take their hand, they see that, and they're going to put that symbol to the right of this crime scene card. So there's your tick, there's your cross. So let's have a look here. Eye, yep. No eye, no eye, no eye, no eye, no eye. Doesn't matter the other two, there is an eye, so an eyewitness. So I found these cards out. So the ones that match this symbol down here are on the right, everything else to the left. As a detective, I see that. So I can see an eye and I can see a footprint. Now, as a detective, I can see these two symbols, and I'm trying to figure out which one of these is. Now the eye, it could be the eye. All right, great. In that case. But foot, well, we know that's not in there because it's one of these two. All right. So we're one step closer. I'm pretty confident it's going to be an eye. All right, let's leave it on detective view. So this is what I can see. I see that. I see that. Let's look at Shelley's hand. All right, so eyewitnesses. Eyewitness. There's another eyewitness. Great. So I spread out these cards. So Shelley's looking at this. Me as a detective am seeing that. There's an eye. All right. Now, I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Is it the eye or is it the fingerprint? I'm seeing two eyes. I'm going to deduce it's an eye. My assistants go, yes, rock and roll. So, because it is. Yep, we know that. So next thing is I follow these instructions. That 3 means I've got to find 3 individual pieces of evidence. I've got to confirm that 3 times. We've just done it once. So I now can either rotate it or flip it end on end. And I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to rotate it to there. And you notice it's now down to 2. So now I've just got to do this 2 more times. Yep. So I've got this in my hand now. It's on 2. Orientation is very important again. Let's go to Frank. So that's one turn. All right, Frank's looking at his hand. This is the back. Yeah, so here's his hand. Looking at, have we got it the right way around? Yes. Great. So let's see if we can find a 1. No, I'm going to cheat. Oh no, yeah, we'll cheat. So let's just say we've played one and I've got a 1 in my hand. That means I only need to get him once to get him convicted. So let's pick Frank Green, assaulting a police officer. Tut, tut, tut. So put this on top, put Frank at the back. Now, do notice that he's only got 1 icon. Our fellow before had 2. So you're trying to deduce, again, what's on the back of the card. If you see 1 piece of evidence, there's going to be 2 on the back. If you see 2, there's going to be 1. Yeah? You'll see what I mean after you handle the cards. So I'm holding it like this. This is a detective view. Let's put it down here. The players, the assistants, see this. So I'm trying to figure out which is the other piece of evidence. So I know a cutthroat's on the back, but what's the other one? All right, so the other players can see both. They can't tell me, of course. All right, so let's get Shelley's cards going. All right, so Shelley sees a fingerprint and a cutthroat. All right, so cutthroat, cutthroat, fingerprint. We've got 4 pieces of evidence there. All right, so that's what she sees. This is what I see as a detective. 2 fingerprints and a cut through. Okay. But it could be, because for all I know, it could actually be a footprint or a fibre. Yeah, because remember, we're trying to figure out which one of these is on the back. So it's like the flip of what you had before. All right, so let's see what my cards do. I can see a fingerprint, cut through, cut through, cut through, and a cut through. All right, there we go. Okay, that's what I see. Cool. And this is what Frank sees. So Frank sees fingerprint and 2 cut throughs. All right, so let's add them up. So this is what Frank's looking at. I know there's a cut through, so the cut throughs are useless to me. All right, so that leaves 2 confessions. 1, 2, 3 fingerprints. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm going to use an informant. So the assistants grab the informants, they take the top card and basically say, all right, so remember they can see what's on there. So they can see this. It's the top left. For this informant, you use the whole card. All right, one of these symbols match what's on the other side of the card. And I'm thinking, okay, well, not cut through. We've got a fibre, maybe. Okay, not the footprints. There's 3 fingerprints. All right, there we go. I'm going to go fingerprints. And then they go, yes, you got it right, buddy. Nice work. I had to follow the instructions. That means convict. So I've got 1 down. Wonderful. It just keeps playing around like this. Yep. Hopefully that, you just keep going until you get 12. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. When you've hit 12, you've won. If you get to 4 here, you've lost. Now let's say we've won. You actually can get a score. Say we've had 2 acquittals here. Oops, made mistakes. And we've got 12. We've got our 12 cards there. Right about that. Your actual score is your informants that you've used. So we used 1 informant down here. So we've got 5 left. 5 minus the acquittals. There's 2. So we've got a score of 3. Yep. Now 6s gets you a Nobel Peace Prize. So can't argue with that, can you? That is Fallen Angels. I really like it. I'm looking forward to playing with like more than 3. No reason other than it looks like a great game. Hope you enjoy. Hope that helps. And see you later.